What's going on, YouTube? It's HHG. Chibuchi will not be present today, okay? It's all me. All me in this raw, natural form today. Welcome. Get you some Tanisha Noni. So today, y'all, welcome to the live. Today's live is going to be a little bit different. It's story time, y'all. Who loves a good story time? But before we get in that story time, because I don't want to have to keep retelling the story, I want to get into my nails. It's time to repaint. When you come back to the States, I actually come back in May for a cruise. I have a cruise. I'll be in the States this summer. Yep, so I will be in the States really, really soon. I can't believe time is flies. I can't believe the freaking time here has gone by, y'all. Yeah, I'll be back real, real soon. I'm gonna get into these nails and story time, how I met my Nigerian man. Should I go with this orange? I wish I had a green, but I don't. I don't have a green. I currently have some clear on. I need to take this clear off. Boy, stuff know how to hide for some reason. Why does stuff hide when you're looking for it? How long do they let you stay? That's a good question. Should I? I'm past my limit. They give you 30 days. Chibuchi claimed that I'm gonna be okay. We were supposed to go back to the airport, get some more days. Did we do that? No. So I don't know what's gonna happen when I leave this country. I don't know. I'm gonna find out though. I'm gonna have him find out from one of our resources. I'm about to fight these flies because these flies are mad aggy. Yeah, 30 days. They usually give you 30 days stay. I'm well over 30 days. I'm over 60 days right now. So I really want to find out before I get to the airport, see what they go say. Maybe they'll charge a fee. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna arrest me. Ugh. They better not knock on anything at this point. Ain't no wood. I be trying to knock on wood around here. There's no wood nowhere in the house. You can knock on a quick piece of wood. I literally have to go run to a tree if I want to go knock on some wood. Okay. Yes. 30 days. That's it. 30 days. They be trying to ask you how long you go stay. How long you want to stay. So that's what they did to me at Port Harcourt Airport. And I'm like, shit, forever. I was like 60 days, whatever. They try to ask me like they're gonna give it to me when here's my thought. My thought is they were asking me that to see what I was gonna say, of course. And seeing if I was willing to pay the price. Because I feel like if I would have had cash, which I didn't have any more cash on me, if I would have tipped them, they would have put more days in. But they did the basic 30 days. That's my theory. I'm not sure how much they can give you, but it's usually 30 days, 1 month. And if you overstay, I don't know what's gonna happen. But I'm gonna find out real soon. I'm so glad you brought that up. Jesus, I'm so glad you brought that up because I need to figure that out. Now, yes, y'all like the live. Oh, y'all follow us on Facebook. We need 100 followers on Facebook in order to go live on Facebook. Facebook with the same name. Y'all can leave now and go follow us on Facebook. And Facebook gives you these weekly challenges. And the challenge is to get 5 new followers each week. And we need 2 more for the week. So follow us on Facebook if you don't mind. We do share content on Facebook. I don't like the way this paint is painting. It's acting sticky. That's the worst type of paint. Some sticky paint. We're not about to do this. Let me take that on off. I would try to get it loose, but I don't even feel like being bothered. Next color. New color. I can't deal with no raggedy paint right now. Chibuchi made a store run. So he's gonna do cooking with Chibuchi tonight. Y'all, the pepper soup was so freaking good. We're gonna run it back again because we still have some more catfish and all the other ingredients. Oh my gosh, I need to tell him to get the pepper. Y'all hold on, I gotta text him, tell him get the pepper. Don't forget the pepper. Because you gotta have that fresh pepper in your food. I think I'm gonna just go with pink. So yeah, follow us on Facebook. Thank y'all for being here today. Happy Friday. It's Friday. These days just fly by. It's almost scary. It's about to be April. It's gonna be, yes, oh my God, he said, yes, I remember that part. That's my man, child. And that's what we came up here to talk about. We ain't doing no affirmation today. We did affirmations all week long. Hopefully you had a good week. Happy Friday. God bless. We still here today. I'm so glad to see Marquise in the house. That means you're still alive. You're still doing well. So no affirmation today. I want to tell y'all how I met my Nigerian man. I would have never thought I would have been over here in Nigeria, to be honest. Nigeria. Child. Africa, period. I know I want to visit Africa, but I ain't know I was going to be over here with a man. But you know what? That's how the good Lord works. He put you in places that you can't even imagine. And I'm in a good place right now, I must admit. Oh my gosh, the flies are flying. That's why every chance I get to kill a fly, I'm going to kill it. Because they are so annoying. I hate a fly. I'm a fly hater. Yeah. That's the only thing I hate in this world is a fly. And a roach. So, here we go. We got the the pink going. We're doing pink nails because I don't know. I need to feel feminine. I need to feel cute. I haven't been doing much but working on content. Y'all, I'm actually Honda Harley girl, so I have my own YouTube page as well. I ride a motorcycle out there in Miami, Florida. And that's where HHG comes from. Honda Harley girl. Girl with a U. Honda like the car. Harley like the motorcycle. And girl with a U. Now, I sold my Honda before I came to Nigeria. I still got my Harley. And I'm that girl. I'm that girl that gets it done. Period. We got to get it done. With my hair itch. We need to get my hair done, too. But, anyways. Oh my gosh. Hold up. The flies are bothering me right now. I can't deal. I don't even like for the flies to touch me. And I don't know why they're around. There's nothing to eat over here. It ain't nothing that you can nibble on. It bothers me. So back to the story that we have not started yet. So Chibuchi, God is God. That's his name. Because the girls have been on live talking about how they coming over here to meet their Nigerian man. I'm like, oh my gosh, a lot of people are meeting these Nigerian men. And they want to know. And they're coming for the first time. Now, this is my third meetup with Chibuchi. This is my second time in Nigeria. And the girls been wanting to know about Nigeria. And Nigeria, it's relaxed. You do got to be careful, okay? You do got to be careful. But now I almost want to go in a different direction with this story. Because I told this story before. I want to give the girls some advice. And I may have to just make a video about that. Okay? I think I'm going to just do that. I actually wrote down the title. I'm going to just stick to the script today. Talk about how I met my Nigerian man. And how I met him was online dating, long distance relationship. So one night, I'm on the Kendra G show. It's nighttime, because y'all know in the States, Kendra G come on at nighttime. I'm watching the show. This guy, Victor Prince, pops up. That's Chibuchi's name. Victor Chibuchi Prince. He pops up on the live. And Kendra's doing her interview. He has a thick accent. I'm like, oh, he's saying Turkey, but he ain't got no Turkey accent. I never thought about the country Turkey at all. I'm like, Turkey? Who wants to go to Turkey? Turkey, Turkey, Turkey. I don't really like going to many European countries. I used to work with a Turkish lady at TJ Maxx. She was cool, but that's work. You know, you gotta be cool at work. So, he over there in Turkey on the Kendra G live show. Us in the States, it's dark time. Him in Turkey, it's daytime. Different time zone. So, he popping his ish. He talking about how he don't like skinny women. He want a woman taller than him. He talking about he 5'7". He talking about he's 27, which was cap. He lied. I never told YouTube that. He lied about being 27. He was a jit. He just turned, what, 27. And it's going on 2 years. Chibuchi was really 25 years old on that show talking about he's 27. Red flag. Nigga be lying, red flag. So, how long? Okay. So, women or men on Kendra G show. I find you interesting. I may go to your page just to be nosy. Because I'm nosy. You know, super nosy right now. Always been super nosy. I went to his page. I added him. Like 2 minutes later, he accepted my friend request on Instagram. I hate when people have their pages private. I'm like, what are you hiding? Let me see. And I'm brave. I'm gonna hit that follow button. I'm gonna see what I need to see. If I don't like what I like, I'm gonna unfollow. So I hit the follow button on IG for Victor's page. His name was like Turkish Victor back then. And he accepted like immediately. And then he hit me with this message. Hey, Honda Harley girl, how are you? Boom. Because I added him from my Honda Harley girl page. That was May 20th, 2023. Y'all, we've been talking ever since. One thing I'll give Mr. Chibuchi, he is a consistent person when it comes to things that he likes. He's just a consistent person. His lifestyle is consistent. I definitely like the fact that he laid back like me. We don't deal with a lot of people, friends. Matter of fact, we never had any friends over here at our place. For what? So we ain't got no furniture for them to sit down on. So he hit me up in the inbox. We going back and forth. He tried to get me to get on WhatsApp. I'm like, hold up, pause, slow down. Let's keep it right here. So it took a little minute before me to get on WhatsApp with him. But even before WhatsApp, we would do the video chat on Instagram. You know, you got to see what you're looking at. Because there's a lot of bots in this world. A lot of people playing games. So don't get yourself catfished out there. It is a good idea to, first time you meet them, go hit that FaceTime. Hit that video message. Get on your video phone like Beyonce and Lady Gaga and take a look at them. I'm about to flip out because the flies are flying. I think they like the smell. I think I'm gonna have to just do this one coat and let this go. Because one thing I can't do, I can't like not flinch when it flies by me. So yeah, make sure you do a video call when you meet a man, a foreign man. Any man, to be honest. Where you at? Let me make sure you're not sleeping by your wife. Huh? Okay. You say you at work? Let me see where you work at. You got your own cubicle? Oh, answer the phone then. Or you over there on the grill flipping patties with SpongeBob. Which one are you doing, sir? Stop capping. So you got to do your fact check. So we did a lot of talking. We still have all of our messages on Instagram. I got to stop with that because the flies, I think the flies like that polished smell. So me and Chibuchi, we met May 20th, 2023. May. It was so consistent. I was on the way to visit him August 2023. So May, June, July, August, 3 months. I was already planning on the flight. Matter of fact, August, already on the flight. About to go pull up in Cyprus, Turkey. So Cyprus is an island. Top part is owned by Turkey. Bottom part is owned by Greece. That's a whole nother topic. Cyprus is a developing country and they get young Africans from all over to come there and to go to college. So boom, that's what Chibuchi was doing over there in Turkey. He traveled to Turkey and was there for over a year, I believe, and he was going to college in Turkey. So I flew out to Cyprus in August 2023. Cyprus is way more European, of course. It's more developed than Nigeria, but less developed than the States. So you got your hotels ran by Filipinos. You got luxury hotels. You got developed roads everywhere. They have developed roads. I don't think they have McDonald's. You know, you develop when you got McDonald's. They didn't have McDonald's. They had a bunch of Turkish food. They do have poverty issues, of course, like any country there. We stayed in Turkey at 2 hotels, Sky Roof, and then we went to the Concord. Oh, and we did stay one night at his apartment. He shared an apartment with his brother, David. Shout out to David. So we did the hotel. We did the stay at his apartment, and then we did another hotel. You know, we was in the hotel because we wanted privacy. Definitely need privacy when you first meet your man. That's the best way to get to know him. But like I said, we stayed one night at his apartment because I need to know if it's real. You know, where you stay at, where you live at. Gotta get all up in the Kool-Aid. So out there in Cyprus, and I stayed in Cyprus for 1 week. So that was a 1 week vacation with him in Cyprus, and it was really nice. It was really nice. It was so sad the last night we spent together. We was at the nice hotel, the Concord. Good afternoon, Limitless Key. Wow, what a name. Good afternoon. So I'm talking about how I met Chibuchi. Chibuchi, we switched it up for right now. We usually do affirmation, but I'm just telling a story because Chibuchi's not here, and he's actually going to do his own live tonight, cooking with Chef Chibuchi. We having some more catfish and that pepper soup with that white rice. It was so good, y'all. It deserves to be in a restaurant. So back to the story. I met Chibuchi May 2023. Our first meetup was in Cyprus, August 2023. So we did a week out there. It was awesome. Chibuchi crying when I left. It was just an amazing time. Did a week in Cyprus, and then December 2023 was the next plan to visit. My birthday is in December, so I actually went around my birthday. But in between August and December, literally every day we communicated. And it's been like that since we met. We have never not communicated. Every day we communicated. Whether it's a message, a voice message, a video call, a phone call, every day since we met, we have always communicated. And that's what I really enjoy about him. He communicates. Like, I ain't gotta be treading lightly with him. I know if I send a long paragraph, he's going to answer every question in that paragraph. He's going to respond to everything. I done been with men where you got to send one sentence at a time, because if you send the whole thing, the whole package, they're just going to give you a one response to what they want to respond to. And that's not Chibuchi. He going to respond to everything. So we stayed in contact. And that's how we really grew so fast. We communicated every single day, even with us being in different time zones. Because honestly, if you're going to be in a long distance relationship, you got to communicate. Like I've told him before, if you didn't stay on that communication, we would have been fell off. Because I would have got so wrapped up into life, so busy. And I just know how I can be inconsistent. We would have fell off. But he kept the relationship alive by making sure he communicated with me every day. So we growing in the meantime, not seeing each other. And here comes December 2023, my birthday time. Now think about Nigeria. They call it festive season around December. Starting November to December. It's pretty much like how we say holiday season in the States. You know, once after Labor Day, all the seasons start kicking in. You got Halloween, you got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas. All that just rolls in. So they celebrate all that too. Well, not really Thanksgiving or Halloween, but really Christmas. But they call that season festive season. They got dirty, what is it called? It's called dirty something in Lagos. Big thing that's growing where people come from all over and party. What is it called? It's called dirty something. But it's their festive season. So I came in December. And one thing that aggravates me about Nigeria, instead of saying Merry Christmas, they say Merry Xmas. Xmas. Now, I grew up being taught when you say Xmas, you Xing the Christ out of Christmas. They're very short-handed type of people. So, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much. So, I wasn't here for that, but I was in the festive season. So, they say Merry Xmas. I'm talking about everywhere. Like, they're using garland and spelling out Merry Xmas. I just hate to see that. Just say Christmas. Don't shorten it. But that's what they do here. So I'm here in the Christmas time. It's my birthday. And this time I stayed 2 weeks. 2 weeks in Nigeria. It started off rough, to be honest, because I did not come to Nigeria with a visa. I didn't. Now, we back it up. When I went to Cyprus in August of that same year, Victor told me, oh, Cyprus has visa on arrival. I was like, I still want to just get my visa. He was like, no, they really do have visa on arrival for you. You're an American citizen. Visa on arrival. All right, I trusted him. I went with it. I get to Cyprus. It's visa on arrival. Visa on arrival should run very smoothly. You show your U.S. passport. Boom, they stamp it. They tell you can spend 30 days in their country. That was it. That's exactly how it went. Visa on arrival. So, going to December, going to Nigeria for the first time, he tells me, oh, there's visa on arrival here too. I did my own research. There is some misinformation out there saying that there is a visa on arrival. Honestly, when you get to Abuja Airport, when you get to Port Harcourt Airport, you about to come through into the country. You got this big visa on arrival on the office door. It says visa on arrival. But their definition of visa on arrival is not the same thing. Nigeria does to U.S. citizens what U.S. does to Nigerian citizens when it comes to traveling to their country. So U.S. is going to make Nigerian citizens apply, do an interview, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Nigeria said, we're going to do that for your citizens too. But going based off the good experience in Cyprus, the visa on arrival process went so smooth. The research showed that Nigeria had a visa on arrival process But honestly, don't come over here without a visa. They do not have no visa on arrival. I got mad when I got here in January and I saw that visa on arrival office space. There's no visa on arrival. Come with your visa in your passport. Now, the visa on arrival process they do have is you do your application online, you print out all your paperwork, you bring that paperwork with you, and when you get here, they'll put that visa inside of your passport. So that's their comprehension on visa on arrival, which is still applying, paying. It ain't visa on arrival and sitting and waiting, because when I got here in December 2023, I'm trying to go through the line doing how I did in Cyprus. It was like, oh, you doing visa on arrival? Oh, you got to go over here in this office. So I go in the office. Everybody got their little white sheets of paper. They're sitting and waiting for their name to be called. That's Nigeria's definition on visa on arrival. It's do your application online, print your paperwork out, and when you get here, we'll put your visa in your passport. That's what it means about, that's what Nigeria means about visa on arrival. But really, visa on arrival is just come with your passport, and we stamp you in, we stamp you out. You got to get a visa to come into Nigeria. Whether you get it at the embassies in the States, like Atlanta, Georgia, DC, and Houston, or you do the application online, you come with your paperwork, and we go put it in for you. Either way, you still have to have a visa. There's no visa on arrival. I wish they wouldn't call it visa on arrival because it's very confusing. Sidebar, when I got my visa this time, back in November 2024, I'm in there doing my process. This Indian dude, he was like a brown person, he wasn't white. He come in asking quick questions, and he's about to leave, but then he turns back around and he asked the guy, he said, what about the visa on arrival process? You know what the guy said? The guy that works at the visa office, he told him, I cannot talk about that. Because he knows it's full of shit. It's full of shit. It's not the real definition of visa on arrival. Dude was like, okay, he walked out. But he advised the guy originally, do your application, set up your appointment, come get your visa here at the office. And that's the best way to get your visa. No visa on arrival. It was people in there doing that process where they had their paper and they were waiting to get their visa placed inside their passport. And that's what I had to do December 2023 when I came with no visa. But they shook me for a whole bunch of money to do it. They shook me for a whole bunch of money because really, when you come to another country, you don't have your visa, they're supposed to put you back on the plane and send you back home. But in Nigeria, money gets you anything. For real. Money gets you anything. So I had to pay this major hefty fee to get a visa. I had to wait for everybody to clear out because they know it was wrong. They know they should have just sent me home. That's what it was. But nah, I had to pay the cost. I had to pay the hefty cost to be able to stay. They hooked me up with a visa right then and there, and they gave me 30 days. It was so stressful. I got a friend that's planning to come over here, and she hit me. I told her all this. I sent her the links to our video. And one time we talked, and she was like, I saw online that you don't need a visa. I said, girl, I done sent you the proof. I done been through it. I've been through the struggle. I'm telling you how to do it, so you ain't got to go through the struggle. You still want to go on Google and look up this information and try to do it with the Google way? Or, there's a lot of people that put out information. They never even been to a place. I had to really, break it down to her, get on her. Girl, do you want to be extorted? Do you want to have half of your spending money swiped away at the airport? No, you don't. So trust me on that. Do not come to Nigeria without a visa. Just do the process in the States. When you leave the States with your passport, have that Nigerian visa in there. Do not follow that information online. That's what we did. So get to Nigeria, finally got in. The first time, December 2023, we stayed at a hotel. Chi had booked that hotel and did his thing with that one. And it wasn't in a village area, but it was not in a city area. So we stayed there. They had food there. They had a pool. They had people partying. They had like this reception area where people was like renting out and having events. So it was a nice hotel, I must admit. Every day the room service came and cleaned up. And the coolest thing about the service work in Nigeria, when in the States, right, when you go to a hotel, your housekeeper comes in the morning, it's usually a woman. In Nigeria, the housekeeping is all men. I didn't see not one woman doing housekeeping. So we stayed in Abuja at a hotel for the first week. And every hotel, we stayed at least 4 hotels in Abuja because we missed our flight. That's a whole nother story. When you apply for your Nigeria visa in the US, did you have an appointment or did you do a walk-in to get it? Hi there, friend. I booked an appointment. So I lived in Miami, Florida, and I booked the appointment because you gotta go to an embassy. And you don't really go to the embassy. You go to the middleman, which is called OIS. Forget what that means. Bye, friend. So long story short, they do walk-ins, but me being out of state, I wanted to be prepared. And when they prompt you with everything on the application. You do the application, you pay. After you pay, you go straight into booking your appointment. So you do that. The only time you would really do a walk-in is if you didn't do your application ahead of time, because like I said, it prompts you to pay. After you pay, it's going to tell you to book your appointment. So I booked an appointment. If you don't book it, when it comes to the Atlanta OIS, the Atlanta embassy, they do walk-ins. It's only at a certain time, and then you got to pay a walk-in fee. So just book the appointment. Yeah, they do walk-ins. So back to Nigeria 2023. We stayed in Abuja. We stayed in Port Harcourt. I met a lot of his friends. I met all his siblings. I met one of the siblings when I went to Cyprus. Then I met the rest of them when I came to Nigeria. I'm in Houston. Oh yeah, you in Houston, you good. Because they have an embassy out there in Houston. Yeah, just do the application online. Pay the fee online, because you got to even submit the application, and then go straight into booking the appointment. Yeah, walk-ins, they're gonna make you pay an extra fee. I still got charged with some type of fee. Please do this. When you're signing up for the visa, do a visitor's visa. That's another thing about not coming with a visa. When I didn't come with a visa, they put a business visa inside of my passport. It says business. The black ladies that was around, they had their paperwork, together. They was telling me, she was giving me game. She said, she even gave me a person to call in Nigeria. But she was like, they're not even doing visitor's visa. You got to get a business visa. And she was right, because at the end of the day, they put a business visa in my passport. So back in November 2024, when I did my visa the right way, online I did business visa. I'm like, oh, I remember last time they wasn't doing visitors visas. They was only doing business. Got there to the appointment. Dude was like, oh, you did the wrong visa. You need to redo it. And I had to repay. It's like $165. So make sure you just do visitors visa. I think when you do it the right way, you do it in advance in the States, you do visitors visa, they will accept you. But I don't know, to be honest, because I was thinking do business, because that's what the lady told me. She said she was doing a visitor's back in December 2023, and they didn't approve the visitor's visa. That's why she ended up doing a business visa. So it's really I don't know. I say just do the visitor. If you come in to visit, just do the visitor's visa, because if not, you gotta show different type of proof if you do business as well. See, she had the hookup. That's why she probably did the business. See, now I was trying to go in doing the business, though, because I'm thinking, oh, they're only gonna accept the business, but really they accepted my visitor's visa. And not knowing, honestly, I thought the process was so scary, and it's not scary. They told me come in for an interview. Y'all, it's not an interview. I'm thinking I'm about to sit down with a soldier. He's about to ask me a bunch of questions. It's not even that. It's not even that. I was so shook. I rode my motorcycle from Miami to Atlanta, Georgia. That shit took about 12 hours. Worst decision I ever made. Miami is always hot. I get to Atlanta, I'm freezing cold. It was just a lot. Riding a bike is just very physical. Anyways. And it wasn't what I was expecting. I thought I was about to be interrogated. I thought why are you going to Nigeria? The most money you got to show in your bank account is $200. They tell you all this on the freaking application process. All the paperwork you need to bring. I'm trying to be cheap, trying to do my own thing. I done made my own passport photos. Get there, the picture's too big. I had to run to FedEx, get the passport picture done. Just come all of it done. just have it done. Do it right. I was running back and forth, for real. It was a mess. But the guy, he was really sarcastic, but he worked with me. He was getting on my nerves. He was stressing me out. And it wasn't just me that was stressed out. This one girl came at the end. They were closing. And she told me I had to take a Uber and blah, blah, blah. She came all the way from such and such Atlanta. And she started crying in the office, y'all, because she was overwhelmed, because they try to make it seem like that appointment is such a big deal. They try to make the visa process from any country, they try to make it seem so like it's so harsh. It's so, you got to prove yourself to come to this country. It's not that. So I was stressed trying to get to the appointment. But have the appointment, because if not, you got to pay a fee. So December 2023 in Nigeria, it was good. We went to Port Harcourt. And then, oh no, before we left Port Harcourt, we got a story. We went to the gym that morning. On the way back, we took going and coming. No, going we took bikes. Coming back, we took a little taxi. One of those little yellow buggy taxis. And we going back to the hotel room. We're turning on the main street, almost to the hotel. They have this police stop. And it's just a soldier standing in the street with a gun. And it's this other official black man. Ain't nobody got on no type of police uniform. He pulls the taxi buggy over. And they were talking to Victor. And then they go ask me, do you know him? And the plan was for me to never talk. So I didn't say anything. And then the man catches the attitude. We got a whole video about that. Luckily, I was able to record a little bit of what happened. Long story short, the officer, hops inside the taxi. He forces the taxi driver to drive us to the police station, which is hot mess. What they wanted was money. I get there, I peeked the whole game. And this is what Nigeria do. Nigerians talk about it because we follow Nigerians on TikTok. They extort the young black men here. They don't do it to no grown OG Nigerian. They do it to the young Nigerians. So they extorted like about $200 from Victor. And it was a process. He like had to talk them down. I think no, they wanted 200. He talked them down. Whatever he did, he talked them down. It was scary. It was traumatic. We get back to the hotel finally, and he just cried. And I just consoled him. that was just the worst part about the trip. Being extorted. Being extorted doesn't feel good. I don't care where you at. It doesn't feel good. It's traumatizing. It's scary. Shit, what if you ain't got no money? And they know that about the young guys. They know the young guys ain't got the money, so the young guys are gonna call their family members. You know, your family love you, so your family go try to get the money to these people. The excuse for getting all these guys here was, oh, we had something go down in this area and we're looking for the suspects. Mind you, ain't no, they talking about something about a camera. Ain't no camera in this area. This area is damn near the village. It's just pure extortion. The extortion is real. It trickles down from the government. The government not paying the soldiers. The government not paying the police officers. So these people trying to get it how they can get it. And that's taken from the citizens. So we got extorted in Abuja. Then we went to Port Harcourt, where he's from. And that was a good time. The hotel there was nice. Really nice. Brand new hotel. I met more of his friends. We went to church in Port Harcourt. Some big pastor. He's on social media. He's everywhere. Big church. They had this whole act inside the church. I say it was an act. Victor, he believed in it. I know it was an act, but hey, do what you got to do. Pastors are known for putting on a show to get that offering plate full. I ain't mad at it. The service was good. We still sometimes see him on Instagram, watch him on Sunday. But really big pastor. A lot of churches everywhere in Nigeria. So spent our time in Port Harcourt, ate I think it's bole fish with the red sauce on it. It was so good, but it tore my stomach up. Went to Pleasure Park. Just had a good time, a lot of relaxing. They had this one good bartender at the hotel. He was so prestige. He made my drink so beautiful and he made it right. It was great. And I tried to go back and get it the next day. There was some other bartender and he made it just horribly. I can't even remember the drink, but it's like a sweet drink where it's not coffee in it. It's something, oh my gosh, I'm going to remember it once I get off the live. But it has a liqueur and you don't mix it. You let the drinker mix up the drink. I forget what it's called. But he did that thing so nice the first time I had it. I know I got a video, a picture of it. But shout out to that bartender in Port Harcourt. And just his whole service. Like, I love the service here in Nigeria. Like, when they do service, they're going to make you feel so special. So, spent some time in Port Harcourt. Oh, we went to his family house. So, I actually saw the house he grew up in. Yep. Met his big bro. And did a whole video about that. So, that was really cool. That was really cool. And then we got out of Port Harcourt and went back to Abuja. And we were on edge in Abuja because we had got extorted. I was like, I don't want to go back to that hotel area. We ended up going back to that same hotel area, but we didn't really leave the hotel. Well, I didn't leave the hotel. If we needed something, he ran out and did it. So, Abuja is where the 2-week vacation ended. We wanted to celebrate, my birthday was in December. We wanted to celebrate in Port Harcourt, but we ended up celebrating in Abuja because we missed our flight. So we celebrated in Port Harcourt, in Abuja. We had a good time. We went bowling. They had a nice bowling alley. We went to a club. It was called the Whiskey Lounge. It was really nice. Now, they do believe in the sectionals, but they had strippers in their nightclub. And this is a nightclub where you dance. They had dancers performing. That was really cool. Like, the entertainment was on point. Even the strippers was on point. They had female and male strippers. They in the bathtub with water, with bubbles everywhere. It was just real. It was off the chain. I'm gonna say that. The dancers, like a group of 3 guys, they were all dressed alike. They was dancing. They stopped the music at one point, and the dancers did their thing on the main stage area. The dancers would come to your section and dance for you, and of course, you know, they want tip. So So the nightclub experience was fun. I think you had to buy a bottle if you sat in the section. So we had some type of whiskey, and we drank it all. Well, they were gonna leave it, but I made the guys drink it all. And we so silly. We went out the night before our flight, which was my birthday. So we went out on my actual birthday. The next morning we were taking a flight. We get in so late, wake up. It's like an hour before the flight. Oh my God, we had to scramble. It was so funny because Chibu Chi woke up with different intentions. And I saw the time. I said, we about to miss the flight again. We just threw the shit in the suitcase. And we literally had to bust our ass to get to the airport. It was crazy. But thankfully, we did not miss the flight again. And we didn't miss the flight because another thing about the airports, it pays. You want to get through, you gotta have that tip money ready. This one man approaches and they will approach you. He took our bags for us. He made sure they got on the belt as soon as possible. And then he walked us to the gate. He walked us to the point to where we needed to get to the gate. Like, he took good care of us. He made sure our bags got through. Like, he skipped the line. And that's what money does. It helps you advance. And it really paid off because when we finally took the flight, got to Port Harcourt, the bags were moving slow. And everybody was just all bunched up towards the conveyor belt. And even at the ticket desk, they do that too. It's just no boundaries at the airport in Nigeria. So everybody's bunched up. And I don't like crowds like that. I'm not about to be all bunched up. I stood back. The stuff started coming out. And I was, excuse me, getting through the crowd trying to get to the belt. And the man said to me, are you sure your stuff is up here? I was like, yeah. How about our bags were the first bags to come out? We didn't have to wait. Our stuff was the first stuff to come out. I don't know how it happened, but I was like, you know what? That was a good investment paying that man at the airport. We paid him to take our bags. He got them up there. And not only did he get them up there, we didn't miss the flight, but our bags were the first bags to come on the conveyor belt. So sometimes it does pay off to get some extra help around here. And like I said, they will approach you. So finally, the December 2023 trip ends. It was well. Last to go on for exactly. I don't know how it worked out like that, but that was really amazing. We were pushing it to the airport. I was gonna be so sick at Chibu Chi, like mad sick, because I'm in your town. We supposed to be on time for stuff now. We done missed one flight. We were about to miss the second flight, and we had to pay like a $30 fee for rebooking. But we didn't miss it. We made it. Our bags came out first, and Port Harcourt, no issues in Port Harcourt. Finally get back to Abuja. Spend the last few days. And everything ran smoothly. We were just very cautious being in Abuja. And Abuja is going to have a more touristy area. We wasn't staying in a touristy area. Touristy area, it gets more expensive. You're going to see more white people in the touristy area. And when I mean like white, like European white. In the grocery store, we saw a group of white girls. It was 3 of them. I don't know where they was from. But I was really curious, like, why Nigeria? And they were shopping like they lived in Nigeria. You're going to see Chinese folks out there doing business. You know they got to capitalize everywhere they go. But the first time in Nigeria, it wasn't all the way pleasant, because that was the first time I ever been extorted. That shit was scary. It was really scary. It made me more tough with them. I literally had to curse at them because they was trying to like check my bag so much. Whose phone is this? Why you got 2 phones? Chibuchi had 2 phones. It was just so annoying. It was so annoying. I'm like, what's the cause of all this? They didn't have an answer. And actually, when I was there, they actually sent me outside to sit outside. Hi, Emma. I'm talking about Nigeria. Yes, Emma said she coming to Nigeria in June. So when they sent me outside to sit, I hit up the resource I had about the visa. And he was like, put me on the phone with your guy. So I put him on the phone with Chibuchi. And Chibuchi wasn't trying to hear it because Chibuchi knew the game. They just wanted money. I got my phone back. Me and the visa guy still texting. And he was like, if he's Nigerian and he knows what's up, he knows they just want money. So all the people here know what goes on. Once again, they don't bother the women. They bother the men. And that's a good thing. They don't mess with the women. I haven't heard about any kidnapping. Well, Chibuchi got kidnapped this year. That's a whole nother story. But the faster you get them that money, the faster you free. It sucks. But I will still take it over the States. And I say that because in the States, you got to deal with mass shootings. You got to deal with everybody has a gun. I hear everybody in Atlanta, Georgia walks around with their gun because they have an open carry law. I found that out last year in May. I was traveling on my motorcycle. And when I'm on my motorcycle, people always talk to me no matter where I go. And I ended up seeing this black lady. She had her gun on her hip. I was like, okay, she a bad man with jam. And she told me she was from Atlanta. And some other people got involved in the conversation. Some white folk, they were a couple. And that's how I found out in Atlanta is the open carry. You can wear your gun on your hip and it can be showing. I don't understand it. Yesterday I was watching a vlog. Louisiana and Georgia has lowered the ball to you can get a gun at the age of 18 without any type of permit. Now what sense does that make? Now how that relates to Nigeria is here in Nigeria, guns are illegal. You can't have guns in Nigeria unless you work for the military or you're a police officer. So you don't be hearing no guns popping off around here. Matter of fact, just this morning, before our morning walk, I heard like this loud pow noise. Not like a gun noise, but just something dropped. I was like, oh, they shooting, making a joke. Chibuchi was like, you know that don't happen around here. And that's true because what? Why the hell am I about a gun? I'm trying to eat every day. You know, you trying to live, you trying to survive. You ain't thinking about no gun. You ain't thinking about killing people out here. So that's what I prefer over Nigeria. I can take a little bit of extortion now that I understand why they do it. They don't even get paid. So they taking from the little man. In the States, you got to worry about a lot more dangers. I invite my boyfriend to be a tourist here in America, praying it will get approved. If not, now will come to Nigeria. Oh my gosh. Congratulations. I hope that works out. That if I could do that process, that's what I would have done. Yup. How long is the waiting list for an interview? That was the big thing, the waiting list. We wasn't trying to wait. We was in a rush. The waiting list was like over 400 days last time I checked for an interview. For a visitor's visa. So it was so long, I wasn't willing to wait. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. That's exciting. Yeah, as long as you got that income, I'm sure it will get approved. Oh, y'all, if you really like him, you might as well go and get married so he can stay. It's hard for Nigerians to get to the States. Last cruise I went on, well, that was August 2023. No, August 2024. August last year. You always see, you know, on a cruise, they got the name badge and they got where they're from. And I always see South Africa, South Africa. And on this cruise, I saw a guy from Nigeria, and I took a picture with him. I still got the picture. I was just so amazed. I was like, somebody from Nigeria? Outside of Nigeria? You don't see that in America very often. And the cruise I was on, it took off from the port of Miami. Now, I don't know the rules for that. Maybe you got to always live on the the boat. But it was just really cool to see people from Nigeria out of Nigeria. May 20th, that's right around the corner. I pray he gets approved. Wow, how quick did he get that interview? That's really cool. But you know what? I'm kind of opportunist. I always wanted to come to Africa, and I said this before. I wouldn't come to Africa if I didn't know anybody. So it was a good opportunity to get to Africa. And you know, everybody process is different in a way. Not really, but you know, in a sense, it's a way. You know, do the best way you can do it. So the Nigeria trip was awesome. 5 months waiting. Oh wow, that's awesome. That ain't bad at all. So you must have did that like in December, January. Yep, like I said, last time I checked, they talking about 400 days. Me and Chibuchi was so excited and try to keep it going. Matter of fact, we did do it. We tried it. We tried it from Cyprus. Ooh, these governments are very funny. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but we did it in Cyprus. Now, Cyprus is an island, half owned by Turkey, half owned by Greece. How about the embassy? The U.S. Embassy in Cyprus is in South Cyprus, which is Greece. If you are in North Cyprus and you cross that border, you are seeking asylum. We done made the appointment for him to go to the embassy, which is in South Cyprus. If he would have crossed that border, he would have been put in asylum. So it was no way for him to do that. How did you and Chibuchi meet? We met online. He was on the Kendra G show. So Chibuchi was on the Kendra G show May 2023. And I was watching it. I hit him up. Well, I didn't hit him up. I just added him on Instagram. He accepted me like immediately. And then we started communicating. And we've been talking ever since. That's the thing about him. He's a good communicator. If he wouldn't have kept that communication going, texting first, sending messages, checking in on me throughout the day, we would have faded out. Because I never did a long distance relationship. I never would have thought I would have been with anybody from a different country. He was in Turkey when I first met him, not Nigeria. So if he was in Nigeria, we talked about this. We laughed about it. We said if you were in Nigeria when you got on the Kendra G show, we probably wouldn't have linked up. Because just like every other American, I had the same views about Nigerians. And not that I had those views, that's all I knew about Nigerians. Oh, they scam. They over there in poverty. They crooked. You know, that's all you hear is negative about African people. For real. Like, I didn't even think much about there's white people in South Africa. Elon Musk is from South Africa apparently. And need to go back. Because Elon Musk think he the US president. He the homeboy. So I learned so much about Africa being with an African man. I used to be so simple-minded when it came to Africa. You know, most black people run to Ghana. I don't know much about Ghana, but it's almost like Nigeria's neighbor. But I've been learning a lot about Nigeria. Nigeria is not a bad place. They just need better people running this country. Everybody all about their own pocket. So it's good. I like being here because it's way less expensive. My money goes longer. For real, your money goes longer here. It's not a bunch of jobs. I have like a lot of business ideas we could do here. I think we're going to be living in the States and living in Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like that. I don't want to be stuck in one place all the time. So once Chibuchi gets that U.S. citizenship, I get my Nigerian citizenship, we're going to definitely be flexible. Because you got to come home. It's good to come here to relax, ease your mind, live a simple life. It's a good idea to come here and get healthy. Nothing but processed food in America. nothing but drama in America. I haven't experienced any drama here besides the water not running sometimes, or oh, when we getting consistent, like, you know, and those complaints are not coming from us. They're coming from like our neighbor. So that's the most drama I seen here in Nigeria, and also when they extort you. I hate that. I hate that. So now that we know, I'm almost like they callous to the extortion. When they see African man with American girl, they're gonna try to get you. Matter of fact, one of our neighbors, she had her boyfriend from the States come. He's from Illinois, he's from the States, and he white. She's African, of course. He came 2 weeks. They didn't do too much out and about because, like Chibuchi said, her chances of kidnapping went up, goes up. When you with a foreigner, especially she got a white man. Now this white man wasn't no rich white man, but you know, you do your budget right, you can go anywhere in the world. But to them, they think, oh, we snatch her up, we ransom him, they can get money. You know what I'm saying? So just the whole thought process. It's unfair that some people stereotype Nigerian, but it depends on the person. You're right. You're right, and that's what I had to learn. And it wasn't like I was a hard stereotype. It's like I really don't believe in stereotypes. I give everybody a chance. But you know how it is. Everybody stereotypes other groups of people, and stereotypes come out of ignorance. It's because you don't know, so you start making up stuff. You know, you don't know. When you really dive deep into the corruption of Nigeria, Nigeria has been corrupted by other countries, especially European countries, because they have oil here. I have seen so many documentaries. People in small villages on the coast of Nigeria will get approached by foreigners. Foreigners will try to offer them some type of deal. Let us come drill this oil on your coast and we'll break you off such and such. The people never, they'll promise the village people, oh, we'll give you the jobs. But when those companies come in, they come in with their own workers. They pollute the water. You know, people eat from the water, fish, drinking water, bathing water. So when those people come in, these oil companies, they come and make these deals with these village people, they lie to them. So I really feel Nigeria was taught how to be corrupt. They done got burnt so many times. People want Nigeria's oil. So they come in, set up shop, promise the people this, they don't hire the people. And then once they get everything they can get, they pollute the water. I seen this one documentary, the whole village had to move. They had to migrate because the oil pollution was so bad. And they got nothing out of that. It's very heartbreaking. So, you know, it's kind of like if you can't beat them, then you got to join them. I think that's how Nigeria really became corrupt. And shit, you know how it is when a nigga never had shit, they get money, they start to act brand new. Look at Asaki. I don't know if y'all into the Afro beats, but Asaki, Lonely at the Top. And that's when I first found out about him, because I love that song, Lonely at the Top. Lonely, lonely, lonely. He had dreads. He didn't have all them face tattoos. This boy done moved to California, done cut off his hair, done got face tattoo. Now he want to be a skater. He's so weird now. He done sold his soul. That's what I feel like. I think Chibuchi just came back. So I feel like that artist done sold his soul. He over there in Cali. He got that new money. And that's the danger of money. And not to say he gave up everything. And sold your soul is not selling it to the Illuminati. It's like doing shit you wouldn't do for some money. So, yeah. The Nigerians here, they done got figure out how to get those fat checks, and they keeping it all to themselves, and it becomes corrupt to the people. That's why you ain't got roads everywhere how you supposed to. I done heard stories about how Nigerians, they put money in to get roads done. get their money and the government ain't doing right with the money. It's a domino effect, and it sucks. It really does suck. And I don't know. I think it can be changed. Anything can change, right? It's just gonna take time. But the development out here is real. You can get some nice houses. So if you ever do stick with your man, Emma, y'all make sure y'all get y'all some property in the motherland. That's what I'm gonna do. So affordable. They got some townhouses right behind us being built. They so, oh my God, I want one. I love a townhouse. And they're long, like they go long. They're, you know, a townhouse is skinny, but they go deep. And I want one of those. Not necessarily one of those, but I want something. I want a beach house. I want a townhouse. And I'm talking about like, well, of course, it'll be in different places. A beach house will be on the beach. Charleston, South Carolina inspired me to have a beach house. Where are you located? We're in Owerri, Nigeria. So I flew into Port Harcourt and traveled to Owerri. From my understanding, Owerri is where the university is and the young girls. So yeah, that's how I met Chibuchi, and it's been on and popping ever since. And we're growing, and he's a good man. He a good man. I like Chibuchi. I wouldn't trade him, man. I went through a lot of frauds to get to my prince, and it's so funny because his last name is truly Prince. Went through a lot of frauds to get to my prince, and we got to make it happen. So find your love. Chibuchi. Yes, he's home. Let's go say hey to Chibuchi. Okay, tell him.
Go get me, Chibuchi is coming soon. You all should stay tuned. How did you and Chibuchi met? It's unfair that some people stereotype Nigerian, but it depends on the person.
Yeah, I was telling the people about how we met, our trips. And here we are. The other light came on? Nice. So yeah, he's gonna do cooking with Chibuchi next. I done did my time. Yeah. Ooh, we got some nuts. Y'all look how the nuts.
That's who I got the nuts from.
The lady?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I thought that's a big kid special nut.
Y'all, my favorite corner stove street vendor made me some nuts. Oh, she said Alpha Chibuchi.
Alpha Chibuchi, I do.
Oh my God, look at you. You go, girl, learning that lingo. That part. Thank you for the store run. We got some apples. Ooh, I love this milk. It's called Nutri Milk, and it's apple flavor. So good. Coke. I only like the canned Coke in Nigeria because the bottle Coke says less sugar. It got that sugar-free taste. I hate that. Coke. Honey, you about to cook? I'm getting hungry. You know, over here we've been eating like once a day.
Yeah.
Or twice at the most. But you don't need much food, for real. I had to learn that. You don't need a bunch of food. You just drink your water and be happy. Wow, the purple peanuts. I call them purple peanuts because the skin. The skin is purple. Look at them. So I call them purple peanuts. He likes to take the skin off, but I think I like to eat the skin.
You have to eat the skin?
I like to eat the purple part.
Do what you like then.
I saw the bite taken off. I was like, oh, that's Chibuchi. All right. Thank y'all for being here on the live. We'll be back real soon because we about to cook. Cooking with Chibuchi next.